Well, that war of words between Kevin Spacey and Guy Pearce continues this morning.
Yeah, entertainment editor Peter Ford is here with the latest. Pete, what's happened overnight?
Well, the interesting thing is now the publicist for Kevin Spacey, now that's a tough gig. He is actually taking on what Kevin was alluding to yesterday in his piece to camera. He was trying to plant a seed that somehow Guy was trying to crack onto him 28 years ago and leading him on. And he didn't sort of take it any further, apart from the very specific claim where he said 12 months after the filming of LA Confidential, Guy actually flew to the other side of America to spend private time with him. Now, Guy is saying nothing. I think he's undecided between taking the high road or do you answer back and then you're only fueling the story again. I think he's in two minds about that. And certainly Kevin himself is not saying anything new. So the publicist for Kevin, which is really a tough job, is Evan Lowenstein is his name. And as I say, he is openly saying in some of this social media messaging that, you know, he needs to accept responsibility for leading Kevin on. So look, I wasn't there. It was 28 years ago. You're forced to take a team. I've got to tell you, look at the two people, look at Kevin and you look at Guy, you know, which of those two people is potentially taking an Oscar home in 12 days? Which of them has a career that's down the toilet? On the other hand, you look at the two people and you say, now, which of those two people has a really shoddy track record of behaviour with 17 men making accusations about him, although he was acquitted of many of them in England? Or do you look at the person who has an unblemished record of professionalism? So people will decide for themselves, but at this point in time, nothing from Guy.
OK, speaking of Hollywood drama, Blake Lively has filed an amended complaint in her lawsuit with Justin Baldoni.
Yeah, so this is part of the legal process. She had until 6 p.m. Sydney time last night to do that, and it was filed at 5:59, literally a minute before the cut-off point. Now, in the new amendment, there's not a lot that's new. More of the same is what people are saying who've read it. And when I say that, the problem was that prior to this, she's really had no receipts. She'd make a lot of claims, but she has no receipts to really back anything up. Whereas what we have seen with Justin is that he has access to vision that was shot on the set that was never used. He's got texts, he's got emails, all of that, which he's utilising to his own advantage. And he's quite entitled to protect his reputation. Now, the two things that have come out of the amended file is that, number one, she says two other women on that set also were made to feel uncomfortable by him. So she's not using the word were harassed by him, but made to feel uncomfortable. She does also confirm that she went to Sony and complained about Justin Baldoni's behaviour. But interestingly, she's not suing Sony, who were effectively her employer at the time. And she also is saying those two women are willing to testify and that her kids have been traumatised. She's showing tweets, you know, that have been put up, mean tweets, but she doesn't have any evidence to back up that these somehow are related to Justin or his PR team to generate this, what she believes is a campaign to destroy her.
All right, mate, let's move on. And the annual Tony Awards have announced this year's hosts.
Yeah, they are big, and yesterday we talked about Cynthia Erivo and her new gig. Today, again, we're talking about Cynthia Erivo and another new gig. She will be the host of the Tony Awards this year, and that they are, of course, the very big awards for all the big Broadway shows. And Cynthia herself has won one. She won Best Lead Actress in a Musical for The Colour Purple about 8 years ago. So it's a job that many people have taken on through the years. The person who did it more than anybody was Angela Lansbury, but our own Hugh Jackman has hosted them 4 times. It's a tough gig because obviously someone like Cynthia is a trained actress, but this is a very different thing, being up there hosting a show and doing comedy shtick and all that. So I'm sure she'll be terrific. She certainly is the it girl.
I think that's a great appointment. Thanks, Pete.
Yeah, thank you.
See you a bit later in the show.